Hey guys, Angry Old Man here. Well, I went out today and I got a late start. It's just been one of the long weeks where I had a couple long days and I've got even a longer week at the end of the month. So, um, I took a little bit of a sleep in, well, by, having a farm standard to sleep in. And we went out, got some farm chores done, and then packed up and sort of lazily meandered our way over to the Bridge Sport Complex. I had it in my mind today. I needed to get my three 2,000 meter repeats done. My legs are pretty dogged out. This high intensity stuff, um, it really zonks me. I think a lot more than uh, like just the raw endurance running. I can go run, when I'm starting to get um, near the upper end of my marathon training. I'm usually out there running, 20 miles twice a week, and I'm not even thinking about it. It's just, oh, there's another 20 miler down. Yep, yay. Then um, I do get tired, but not the same kind of tired. I go out there and do this high intensity stuff where I'm doing, track repeats or, as it's been lately, muddy road repeats. And man, legs just do not react like they used to. I mean, I know I'm getting old, but man. Anyway, I went out to this complex today, and initially I had planned on working inside um, on the treadmill or maybe the indoor track, but it was a really nice day by the time we managed to get there. I mean, it was a little cool when I started out, but it wasn't, horribly cold. Um, so I started out. I was really wearing, a pair of like my long pants, just my long running pants, but it wasn't like Under Armour or anything. I did have compression socks on, like I normally wear, and I swapped out my heavier hoodie for just my lightweight Under Armour hoodie. And I, of course, put my gloves on because I really do feel the cold, and even when it's not super cold, in my hands. Um, Mainly, I think it's just the arthritis and such things that comes with age. But anyway, I started out and I took off. I ran a single lap at a moderate mile pace. I wasn't trying to break any world records. And then I kicked in, and again, I didn't feel like I could quite get up to speed. I was pushing a little bit, um, but that course is pretty tough. It's got some elevation to it. But I ended up doing like my second fastest loop ever on the course. Um, Maybe in the back of my head, I was like, yeah, I got a lot of these to do, so I'm not going to blow myself up early on. Then after I would do each iteration of the 2,000 meters, which is a mile and a quarter or so if you're um, using the imperial measurements, and I would do about a quarter mile or 400 meters of worth of recovery, where I drop right down to 10, 11 minute pace and just sort of chug along, get my wind back, and then take off again. After that, I ran a really easy mile lap, like 10-minute pace or so, maybe even a little bit slower. Just sort of chugged around. And then I started picking it up, and I was going for more or less a 4-hour marathon pace, blending speed work and some, long runny stuff. Um, it can work if you don't want to kill yourself. I wanted to run close to 2 hours, but I didn't really want to like go out there and just, kill it today. I'm trying to sort of ease back into that. This turned out to be my longest run since, or continuous run since the marathon. And I did a half marathon today. just running loops around the outdoor course at the Bridgeport Sports Complex. I did get my local legend back, which I was very happy to. Not a huge margin. I'm certain that the next time Brian swings by there and does some speed work or something, he'll take it back. But you know, we go back and forth. I was just happy that I managed to get it back today because it showed me I was starting to crank my miles back up, which is what I want to do. In any case, my overall pace was about an 8:30-ish minute pace average, but that had a pretty big range, so I'm not really, out there honking my horn over that. Much like yesterday's indoor run was, a pretty phenomenal like 7:30 pace for 8 miles. Yeah, that's sort of best case scenario right now. That's me dead flat and not a lot else going on in my way. As I said, over this 13.15 miles, which is where I pretty much hit the watch. I also had just shy of like 1,700 feet of elevation, going in circles. Anyway, that's what I got done today. An anecdote from my my run today. There was a couple out running. They were not, at least they did not appear to be experienced runners. They were looking like they were maybe running to maybe get into shape, that sort of thing. More fitness interested than performance interest at the moment. And they took off, and one of the runners was seriously outpacing the other. And they weren't moving particularly fast, but we all are at different places in our journey, and I am not in any way poking at their pace, because my pace is slow and pokey compared to a lot of other people. But my thing was, as I was making laps, they were going the opposite direction, and I was coming around. They were moving about a third of the speed I was moving at in general, and the one person was falling behind and continued to fall behind until it appeared they just gave up. And then the other person said something as they passed me, that they had wasted their money on the watch or something to that. I'm not sure the complete context, but to me it seemed like there was some people who wanted to maybe lose some weight or get themselves a little bit more fit. They'd made a small investment in some sport watches, and one was more fit or had more ability than the other, and sort of left them behind. That can be very disconcerting. It can be very it can really put you down when that sort of thing happens. Some people like to run with people. Some people don't like to run with others. Some people thrive on it. Personally, I do my best when I'm running with other people, whether it's somebody who's much better than me, much worse than me, or, in my zone. I think I find a niche in any of those three areas where I can either use somebody's superior ability to force myself to push on harder, whether I can be a companion to somebody and we can push each other on a little bit, or I can go back and encourage somebody as they are moving along and working at it. I don't feel inclined to be overly pushy with my running partner, whatever that is. It was sort of disappointing to see that. Um, and it's something we should be aware of when we go out and we do run with people with wide ability levels. I mean, there are people who are going to be better than you. I don't care who you are, unless you're like Kipchoge. And there are going to be people who are worse than you, whose performance level is not at your level or even close to it. So be thoughtful when you go and you run with others. Um, be encouraging, be friendly. Of course, you don't want to turn somebody off to the sport, but recognize that some people will face a whole different set of challenges than you faced when you started running or as you run. And, be considerate of that. In any case, guys, that's kind of my message today is just, play nice. I wish I could make more group runs. It's just sometimes adulting's hard and life gets in the way. But anyway, guys, thanks a lot. I do appreciate each and every one of you. I would love to come out and run with you. If you see me out there and want to join in, say, hey, can I run with you? And I'm only able to run this fast. You know what? I'll put my workout off for a little bit. I'm okay with that. Um, Very rarely am I going to be insistent on trying to keep a pace. And that may be if I'm working towards a very specific thing, but I'll find time. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot. I hope you have a great day. I hope you had a great run. It was a beautiful day out here in the, Fairmont, Bridgeport area in between. It was a great day today to get out and get some miles. I hope you guys have a really good time, and I hope to see you out there. And as I always say, run angry, my friends.